Customizing number formats in Excel isn't as scary as it sounds, but you do need to know what you're doing. We usually customize number formats when we can't find one that displays our numbers exactly the way we want to see them. So here's the short version of how to customize number formats. First, highlight the cell or range of cells that you want to create a format for. Then right-click and select Format Cells, or you can just press Ctrl+1. Then click Custom, and you can use the scroll bar to browse through the existing formats. You'll notice that number formats carry 4 sections of code. These sections are used to determine the formats for positive numbers, negative numbers, zero values, and text in that order. Each section is separated by semicolons, as you can see here. So for instance, in this format, this is what positive numbers will look like. This is what the negative numbers will look like. This determines what zero values look like. And this is what text looks like. Not all formats carry all 4 sections of code. So for instance here, this only shows 2 sections. So we know what the positive and negative numbers will look like. But because the last 2 are left off, we know that the default format would be applied to zero values and text. Now, when you create a custom format, it doesn't change the one that you might have selected and started working with. It just creates a brand new format, which you can use in this workbook later. So maybe for this data set, we have some temperature readings here, and we want to customize how they show up on our worksheet. We've already highlighted, so whatever we do here will affect the cells that were highlighted. We can grab any one. Usually we start off with one that looks close to what we want, but we really can grab any one, and once we know the codes, we can just start building. So let's start with this one. Maybe for positive numbers, we want them to appear with at least 1 integer and rounded to 1 decimal place. So we only need 0.0. The 0 controls the display. If there is no number in that place, then the 0 is created as a forced digit. Once we're done with the positive number format, then we move on to negative by typing a semicolon. And maybe we want our negative numbers to show up in red. So we put the word red in square brackets. And maybe we want the negative sign to show up. And again, forced digits rounded to 1 decimal place. What do we want our zero values to look like? Maybe we just want to keep the default. So let's type a semicolon and type the word general. Since we're going to do a custom format for the text, we do need to enter the format for the zero values. So we type a semicolon to do the text, and maybe we want our text to show up in red also. Let's do a square bracket, type the word red, and then the @ sign for text values. Once we click OK, it formats the cells the way we want. And now that format is available if we go back to custom. It shows up at the bottom of our list. You'll want to remember codes like D for day, M for month, and Y for year, because we tend to want to customize date formats fairly often. We should also know that H stands for hour and M stands for minute. S stands for second. But we just said that M stands for month. So how does Excel know the difference? If you really want minutes, then the M or MM code must appear along with the H or HH code, or it should appear right before the S or SS code. Otherwise, Excel interprets the M as month instead of minutes. Another reason for customizing number formats might be to control the number of digits that are displayed when a value is entered. So maybe a particular field should be 6 digits long, like these account numbers. So if someone enters 5 digits, we want the number to start with a leading 0. But even entering that leading 0, we know that this is what Excel will do. It'll drop that 0 because it knows that zeros at the beginning of a number really have no value. The solution could be to create a custom format. We can just highlight as we did before, Control 1, select Custom, choose a format, and begin typing. We need to force Excel to have 6 digits here. So we already have 10, so we just need to type 5 more. And here, the sample shows what our active cell will look like. Click OK, and now all the account numbers have 6 digits. Existing number formats, whether the built-in ones or the custom ones, can't be edited in the usual sense of the word. If you want to make a change to an existing number format, Excel really creates a new one, which is available for you to reuse from the custom category list. So we can scroll down, we see the formats that we just created. You can delete a custom format you no longer need by single-clicking on the format, like this, and pressing the delete button. If you select a format and the delete button is grayed out, it means that this format was a built-in format, which can't be deleted. Once you delete a number format, you can't undo that command. You'd have to recreate the format. Remember, number formats don't change the actual value of a number. They only change its appearance. So don't panic if the number doesn't look the way you want. Just go back and enter the right format. This isn't everything you need to know about customizing number formats, but it's a start. Go to GoSkills.com to learn more.
Ready to learn more about Microsoft Excel? Then check out the full course on GoSkills.com. Click the link in the description.